Now for a little cowboy wisdom. The election of 2016 will be remembered for many things. One thing that will stand out the most is that this is the year the American news media dropped any pretense they are serious journalists and not just pretty women and square-jawed men who read the news from a teleprompter. Our political campaigns are now in the realm of reality TV, not reality, and they're covered as such. The lines that once separated the news division from the entertainment division at the major legacy networks have long since been erased. At the cable TV news networks, there is already a steady diet of Barbie and Ken newsreaders who repeat the same stories day after day after day. They are joined by a steady stream of young, wet-behind-the-ears Republican and Democratic strategists expounding on their shallow understanding of the political process and world events. They prattle on about the last contested GOP convention in 1976 as if they were there, when most of them weren't even a gleam in their parents' eyes. And because TV is a visual medium, the more buxom the blondes and brunettes you have, the better. Then there's the debates. And they aren't really debates. And town halls that aren't really town halls. The stories a day after these debates are not about substance, but always seem to turn on who won or lost, who made a gaffe, and the inevitable sparring between the candidates and the moderators. It's not about informing the public about the critical issues facing the nation. It's all about getting ratings and the ad dollars that flow from them like a river. And they wonder why folks are turned off by the political process that has turned them into mere spectators and not active participants. Now, the voters share some of the blame for the superficiality of the media coverage, since they seem to want to be entertained rather than enlightened by the political discourse. Another change in political news coverage is how social media now sets the daily narrative in politics. Nobody issues lengthy press releases and position papers. They just send out a 140-character tweet. The more provocative and edgy the tweet, the more likely the over-the-top coverage. Social media is more mature than it was even 4 years ago, and it's become the quickest way to get out a message, as Donald Trump can attest. Now, Trump has shrewdly capitalized on this change in media coverage and has dominated the airwaves and cyberspace from the first day he entered the race. Is this politics as infotainment harmful to the Republic? Well, that might be a nice academic question to be discussed at a university seminar, but in the real world, that ship's already sailed. There is no going back. So here's your cowboy wisdom for the week, and it comes from Edward R. Murrow, one of the greatest journalists in American history. Quote, "A nation of sheep will beget a government of wolves," unquote. The superficiality of our political coverage means that the voters are being entertained and not informed. They are treated like sheep to be herded to the voting booths. Once elected, the bipartisan government of wolves is more than happy to shear them of their tax dollars and eventually eat them. As long as politics and elections are treated like must-see TV, the situation will only get worse. Who knows? In 4 years, the whole campaign might be a weekly game show, and that will signal the real end of the Republic. That's your cowboy wisdom.